Hello and welcome to the Million Dollar Message. This is your Fearless Friday message with Callie DeBlander Brigham, calling from beautiful Pensacola Beach, Florida. And we are so excited, the Million Dollar Messengers, to have a week of sharing the love next week. So leading up to Valentine's Day next week, Monday through Friday, each one of us is going to be sharing some of our favorite things about this opportunity and about this company. You can pass this on to anyone that you'd love to join your team or just hear a little bit more about why we love this business so very much. There is going to be a secret word of the day, a code word of the day, and when they let you know, that, of course, indicates that they've listened, and you are welcome to give them a little freebie. So they can listen for a lip gloss or a half-price glam item or whatever you choose. So just stay tuned, set your alarm. That's going to be all next week. Cannot wait. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, I talked to you about the idea of busy versus productive. Both seem to have you in action, but one will leave you exhausted and one will leave you exhilarated. Busy versus productive. So I talked a lot about understanding the difference, understanding about prioritizing, those kinds of things. Well, today, what I thought I would do is hone in a little bit more on the productive side. And what better way to do that than to remind you, if you've heard this before, or introduced to you for the first time, the idea of the 6 most important list in order. So, have you ever wondered, what in the world should I be productive doing, and in what order? Well, today is your day. So, this is something that I have done for a million years and have taught for a million years. There is an itemized or an order to the 6 most important list, prioritized, for both consultants and directors. So, I'm going to share with you what those are today. I learned those millions of years ago from Million Dollar Sales Director Lisa Ann Harmon. I don't even remember what we were at, probably some kind of retreat. I wrote it down, I started putting it into practice, and it has never steered me wrong. So now, of course, I put my own twist on it, and I wanted to share it with you. So first, let's talk about the consultant 6 most important list. Number 1 on the list, and you guys know that this is not a list that you make the morning of. So this morning on Friday, you don't wake up and make the list. Why? Well, maybe you're like me and you woke up at midnight 30 last night and couldn't go back to sleep for an hour or two. So this morning you're like, oh, I feel a little draggy. I don't know. It's Friday. I'll just kind of do a couple things and then call it a day, right? So you are much less ambitious and big thinking and going to do the scary things in the morning. When you are more ambitious is prior to. So it might be the night before, it might be the afternoon before, it might even be the week before when you're laying out your entire week. But if you have to the morning of, okay, but it's better not to do it on the fly because of your silly little things called emotions. Bad day or bad hair day, PMS, the alarm didn't go off, you get the idea. So this is something that you want to do the day before or even the week before. And how you do it is totally up to you, electronically, on a piece of paper. I've done everything from 4x6 cards on a spiral where one was for each day to emailing it to myself the night before. So when I woke up in the morning, it was like my boss told me what to do. I've done it all. Okay, so number 1 on the list is booking. So this is for consultants. Number 1 on the list is booking. You do not pass go. You do not collect $200. Booking is number 1. Number 2 is coaching. Obviously, this goes in order, doesn't it? Number 3 is customer service. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, I messed up. Sorry. I'm thinking about the other list. Let me go back. And for those of you that needed me to repeat it, perfect. Number 1 is booking. Number 2 is coaching. Number 3 is team building. I knew that wasn't right. Number 3 is team building. So this could be everything from setting up a sharing appointment, following up from a sharing appointment, doing a sharing appointment. Okay. Number 4 is customer service. There we go. Number 4 is customer service. So this is checking in 2 days after someone got a new product, 2 weeks after, etc. Anything to do with preferred customer. You maybe starting to tell your customers right now about the new products coming out. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5 is working with your team. So you may want to be checking in. Are they doing booking and coaching and all that? Do they need to be reminded about career conference coming up? What is it that you want to talk to them about is number 5. And if you don't have a team yet, you can add in or incorporate more of what we've said above. And number 6 is everything else. Yeah. So here's what I find happens more often than not. We flip our lists upside down. Now we're busy, not productive. What is everything else? Everything else are the things that feel a little easier. The things that take a little bit less of our grit. The things that make us feel like we're doing something, but maybe we're not doing the most important thing. And here's the danger of it. Are the everything else things bad? No. But if we do them first, then probably we're going to get a call from the school that our little one just spiked a fever or threw up and we have to go get them. Or we're going to get caught up so much in that before we know it, the day's over and we haven't even gotten a booking. Or we go so much in reverse that we do everything else because that kind of feels good. Then we work with our team because that's less scary. Let's have them go out and do all the things, and we'll just sort of manage them, right? Then customer service, because we know our customers already love us, and by that time, we're certainly out of time for the day. We most definitely have not shared the opportunity, coached anything, or booked anything, and then we wonder why we're not seeing the results. So does that make sense? I want to give you your prioritized 6 most important list, and it's really important that for the most part, we go in that sequential order. The biggest mistake is flipping it upside down. Okay, what is it for sales directors? For directors, it's pretty similar, but we're going to combine. Number 1 is booking and coaching. At this point, y'all can do both as number 1. And this is personal, by the way, personal booking and coaching. Number 2 is personal team building. Look how prioritized that is for sales directors. Number 2 is personal team building. Number 3 is unit team building. Number 4, new consultants. Number 5, key consultants. And I could do a whole training on this. Who are key consultants? Well, they're not just people that you like or people that are talking about it, but these are people that you're deciding even on a day-to-day basis because they might be going through something right now and they may have all the skills, but it's just not the right time. They're not your key person right now. But this is the person that's showing up to things. They're doing the activity. They're playing ball with you. Key people. And then number 6, everything else. Can you see what happens for directors when we flip it around? Yikes. Everything else happens. Then we work with our key people. And then that's probably it for the day. We probably don't even have any new people because we've flipped it upside down. So I hope that this gives you some really good insight. This is a formula that if you will do it daily, you are going to be amazed at the results. Because if you do it daily and all those things that I just mentioned happen, the school calls, things happen, you name it, but you did get your booking for the day, you know what? It's going to be all right. So the last thing I want to add in that I've really never addressed before is where do you fit in getting leads, right? Because, excuse me, if you're not having leads, you may not be having an influx of all of these things. So I want to tell you that, first of all, leads could, of course, be on the everything else, absolutely. They could even be like a pre-number 1, if necessary. Or here's the cool thing. Leads can be injected in each one of the steps. They really can. Leads can be part of booking. You could be out getting leads and booking people. As a matter of fact, one of my consultants, she met a gal at a hair salon. She booked the gal at the hair salon. She held an appointment with the gal from the hair salon. The gal bought product, and the gal did a sharing appointment and is now her new team member. So meeting her that day and booking her that day were all part of number 1. Well, coaching. That could also be lead generating because you're coaching an appointment, and guess what you're doing? Getting a guest list, finding out who's coming, starting to connect with those people, friending them on Facebook, right, or on social media. The next one is team building. Well, same thing. If you get to the end of the team building appointment and this is not for her and she's going to stay a client, then it's things like, well, if I can't have you, who do you know that's as awesome as you? And so we can make that ask then. So from team building, we have customer service. I was reminded this week that one of the things I used to do in customer service is I would ask my customers for their reorders if they wanted $5, $10, or $15 off their next reorder. And they would kind of look at me side-eyed. What does that mean? I would say, I've got these skincare surveys, and if you want to take them to work or church or pass them out in the neighborhood, for each one that you give back to me, regardless of their answers, but they do have to be legit, you will get $1 off your next order. Well, guess what? You could have 5, 10, or 15 new leads, and I'll tell them that you don't have to wait to give them back to me till you're ready to reorder, because you might lose them. So you can give them back to me just as soon as you get them. And then, of course, working with your team. One of the things there, too, is if you realize that maybe they're better served as a customer of yours, they're just not doing anything, you could give them full permission to go back to being a customer and maybe have them host a party or refer some people to you. So all along the way, you can be generating new leads if you want to have that as a simultaneous benefit of it. If not, you could have everything else as always getting a lead going, or part of the booking process. Okay, friends, I hope this helps you to be more productive and less busy. Let's give it a try. And then next week, it's all about share the love. That's your number 3 for beauty consultants and number 2 for sales directors. We've got you covered next week. Make it a great day.